All right. Hey, everybody, it's John of OpenLove101.com. Welcome to our show. Oh, boy, the show where we talk about consensual non-monogamy, the lifestyle, relationships, and everything in between. I'm here today with my beautiful wife, Jackie. Oh. Jackie, how you doing today?
I'm good, honey.
All right. Today, we're going to talk about fantasy role play.
Oh.
And how to really dive in it head first, or maybe not. Maybe you tiptoe into it.
Maybe a cannonball.
Yeah. And, you know, I know a lot of couples, and that's really how they get their start in opening up their relationship, maybe getting out of the rut of whatever they're doing sexually. They've been together 10 years and they're a little bit bored, so they try and push the envelope a little bit and find other things to do. And it is, for me, it's just a really great way to communicate, get closer with your partner, you know, talk about the fantasies that each of you have, how to explore those fantasies. And those fantasies can even be fantasies that you might want to fulfill at a swingers club or party like Colette or others. But maybe you're a little bit nervous, and so you can practice them at home together beforehand.
Yeah.
And, you know, see how you feel. Like, you know, watch a movie about a threesome and see if that's something that you guys might be interested in doing. It might turn you on in some way. And talking about it and establishing boundaries and all those kind of things. But the fantasy part of it can be a lot of fun.
Here is, if I could give a tip to anybody out there that's watching this, if you're wanting to kind of spice up the romance side of the relationship, the sexual side of the relationship, there is nothing more fun than going to one of these shops that are specifically geared towards this kind of topic. And, you know, I think of like the last time you and I went to one of these stores, we went into Hustler. And, you know, I don't know, sometimes you will think that these stores are just like they're going to have just toys.
And they do.
They do. They have a ton. But they also have lots of other things. I noticed the last time we were there, they had board games or card games that kind of get conversations going. They have costumes. They have, you know, you get kind of caught up in the contents of the store from that aspect. They've got, you know, wigs or, you know, fun pieces of lingerie that are kind of characters. Maybe there's a nurse or, you know, something like that. They got fun stuff for the guys.
I saw a school teacher.
That's always
little
a big
schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Catholic
the teacher
school,
thing.
whatever those things are, those skirts that are plaid.
Yeah, and they have cool stuff for the guys, but you know, and books and things. And so I'm thinking, you know, if you're wanting to try something different, but you don't really know what it is, or maybe you're a little embarrassed, I think a card game would be a great way to do it, because it'll give you instructions of what to do, and then you and your partner can try it out. Or maybe you decide we're going to do some kind of specific role play in some kind of specific character.
Well, years ago,
you can go and do that.
You and I went to Hustler Hollywood and we bought a card game, and we had some friends come over.
Yes.
And they hadn't done anything.
No.
And that card, like beforehand, they talked about their fears of kissing and things like that. Like he was like, "I'll never let her kiss another guy."
Yeah.
And we started playing that card game, and then that was one of the things, like kiss the other guy.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And we did, and like they were comfortable with it. It was really amazing how that can break the ice and get people talking and experiencing things, maybe talking about their fantasies.
Right.
Really, really good suggestion.
Well, and that's another thing that I think is fun about going to a club, right? Because so often, I know with our clubs, with Colette, we will have theme nights, or we have promoters come in and they will have a theme night. And, you know, some of those, everybody gets dressed up. So that's another great way, you know, that you guys can go and pick something out for a costume and, you know, go in there and be in that environment. And that, just those small changes can be enough to add that spice or that alteration to what's maybe become a little more routine. Not that it's bad, but it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. Maybe you want to add something different on top, you know, a little sprinkle of something.
And then, you know, talking about like lingerie and things like that, you and I've done some fantasy role play where either I've taken a card and written on it who I want you to be and slid it under the bedroom door.
Yeah.
And then you have 5 minutes to get into theme for that person.
Yes.
And then I come in and that's who you are. And there are a couple of times you've really played that role off like perfectly.
Yeah.
And then the other way around too, where you may, give me a...
Like wear your
you can just
cowboy
tell
hat.
me, yeah. And so really any of those little things can really help people just experience their sexuality in a different way.
Yeah.
Just spice it up, change it a little bit.
But you got to you have to learn to leave your anxiety at the door. You have to learn to leave, the self-consciousness at the door. Mm-hmm. This is about just kind of being playful with each other, trying something new. And, they've done lots of studies that if you do something new and different with your partner, that new and different activity is going to create some neuropathways that are going to connect you. You're going to become closer together. And you can probably pull up instances just in your memory of times that you've done that, where you've done something together that's been completely new and completely different, and it's exciting, no matter what it is. So yeah, it's fun. But I mean, that is a really fun way to kind of switch up that side of the relationship.
Yes. And then I think the other part I mentioned at the beginning of the conversation today was you can use role play to see if you're comfortable with doing other things for real.
Yeah, 100%.
So they can be a stepping stone to really trying, like, my example was a threesome.
Yeah.
Or your partner being with someone else. So if I were thinking I might like Jackie to be with someone else, I could pretend to be that person. She can call out that person's name. And in that experience with just her and I together, I can see how it makes me feel.
Right.
And if I start getting really anxious and not digging it very much, maybe that's not the fantasy we want to like turn into a real thing.
Right.
So that's one example of many where you can really kind of try it with your partner first and pretend.
Yeah.
And then if it makes you feel good, if you both enjoy that experience together, you can go to a club, Colette, and try it, see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. No, that's a fun question, because that can be an exciting outside the box kind of thing for a lot of couples.
Yeah. So, at the bottom of this video, please make comments about some fantasies that maybe you have had and experienced together to give other people some ideas.
Yes.
And sign up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, thanks, babe. Sign up to our email list at openlove101.com, and we'll be sure and send you updates of our videos. Whoa, my mic just got a little crazy there. Send you updates on our videos, blogs, our travels, where we're going to be. And check out our Instagram, Facebook. I don't know what else. I think we have an X account too.
We got all kinds of stuff.
All right. Thank you guys for being here. See ya. Great job, Jackie. And if you like that video, please click the button below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll give you plenty of more. Plenty of more? Kidding me?